What is going on, you guys? My name is Seapeekay, and this is a video addressing all the things that were happening on Squishycraft in the last 24 hours, because I said I would make it so that you guys can understand more about what's happened, because the server is in distress right now, with apparently rumors flying around. I'm getting a whole bunch of DMs. I'm super tired, as you can probably see. I'll explain more about that in the coming minutes, but if you care at all about the Squishycraft server, then feel free to watch through this. If you don't care, click away. So let's do it. Where do I even start? Basically, Squishycraft is my Minecraft server. If you don't know that already, I have a Minecraft server. It's play.squishycraft.com. And recently, I've been noticing that there was a big issue when trying to get things done. Now, let it be made very clear that I'm not blaming this on anyone. But as the YouTuber who is the face of the server, I actually don't do anything other than be the face of the server. So I don't do any admin work. I don't know how to add things to the shop. I don't know how to fix a bug if someone loses items. That's not my job. That's the job of the server admin or the server developer. Now, I've had the same one since I started, and it's my friend Tom, who has always done the work. But in the last few months, he got super duper busy with his real life. He has a full-time job. He manages other servers on the side. He has this server as well. And it became pretty clear that he was really struggling to find the time to actually put the work into Squishycraft and put the time in that it deserved. Despite that being pretty clear, he spoke to me about how he was going to resign, essentially, because he couldn't keep doing it anymore. And then we kind of just spoke about it literally last night. And he said, basically, there's two ways this can go. You can either find someone else or you can end the server. Now, this is our first slip up because this is where things went wrong. So we didn't talk all that much about it. I was just kind of well, I don't know anyone else who can run it. Because obviously what you got to understand is Squishycraft is my server. So when I came up with the idea of Squishycraft, it was a place for all my fans to come and meet and make new friends and have a family-friendly environment to hang out in and play Minecraft in. Which I think we do a great job of. I think it's a great server, honestly. Obviously, I'm going to be biased, but I do think that we do a great job of that. Now, things just kind of escalated super quickly, so I didn't want to just give my server to anyone, to any random server host, because it's my baby. It's mine, and I have to have trust with someone before I trust them I give them access to everything, all the back end stuff, all the server files, all the things to do with the shop, the store, the payment details, everything. They get everything. So it has to be someone I trust, and I didn't know anyone like that. I didn't know anyone at all. But I knew that Tom couldn't do the work anymore. So I only had one option in my eyes, and that was to close the server. The issue is that we did that really badly. So basically, without really thinking about it, honestly, this is going to sound stupid. I didn't think there'd be such a huge outcry. I knew there was a few regular people who come on the server and hang out. I didn't realize it was such an integral part of so many people's day. And for that, I'm really sorry that I didn't know that. Maybe it sounds stupid and it should have been more obvious, but I didn't realize that it was such a big part of everyone's lives, honestly. So Tom was basically hey, I'm going to shut down the forums. I'll put a splash page up, letting people know what's going on. And then he said, if you can, if you can make a video about it, explain what's happening. I was like, that's fine. So I said I would make a video, but I couldn't put it out that night. Basically, while this was happening, I was out all day, all night. And then I had to go and pick Jess up from work, 45 miles away from where we live. So I had to drive there. I literally got back into my house at 1:30 in the morning. It was late, and I was trying to deal with this stuff via Twitter on my phone the whole time. So because obviously the server, basically we just announced we were shutting and that was it. It was going to be another month. It was going to shut at the end of August. There was this huge outcry of people who were very angry. Some people screaming at me to give refunds. Some people telling me I'm piece of dirt, that I shouldn't deserve fans for what I do to them and all this stuff. And let me make it clear, I didn't want to shut down the server. Of course I didn't want to. I love the server. Yeah, I don't play on it as much as I should, or as much as I used to. But that doesn't mean that people don't. But the issue is that if I were trying to get things done and Tom didn't have the time, there's nothing else I can do. And I was getting multiple messages about things that hadn't been done. And I'd message Tom saying, hey, can you get this done? He's like, yeah, I need to find some time, but I can get it done. And then it wouldn't get done because he doesn't have the time. I'm not flaming Tom here. He just genuinely doesn't have the time. But people seem to think that I could fix the problems, and I can't. Like, I couldn't do anything with the problems. People were saying, hey, I bought this rank and then this didn't show up. I can't fix that. I don't know how to fix that. There was something I think with crate keys for a while. Again, I don't have the slightest clue about how a crate key would be formulated. Like, I have no idea. And that's the key thing I want to get across here is, like, there really wasn't anything I didn't see another outcome other than shutting down the server. But then obviously, like I said, there was such a big outcry. Granted, a lot of it was incredibly abusive, which was ridiculous, might I add. And to the people who posted the disgusting things in my Discord last night, and the people who were being abusive in my Discord last night, every single member of every single person who was doing that has been banned and will be banned from the server, even though it's staying up, because I'm not condoning behavior like that at all. Same goes for the people who charge back hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of things. This all happened within 12 hours. People didn't even give me a chance to get the work done. Like, with time zones, this all happened for me at about 10 p.m. Like, I couldn't do anything at that time. I had to wait until today. At which point, like I say, I pursued another option as quick as I could, but people left me with loads of chargebacks. If you don't know how chargebacks work, basically, if they happen and the person who claims it wins the case, basically I have to dispute the case. I lose my own money because there's like a 10 to 15 pound transaction fee on each one. So every time someone claims something individual back, I get charged out of my own money as well. So they get their stuff back and then I pay money on top of it. So it's really stupid. If someone charges something back for like $3, I have to pay £10. Like, it's stupid, but that's how it works. So for that reason, the people who rushed and charged back everything will also be banned from the server. This might seem harsh to you, but this is going to cause me a lot of trouble outside of this now. And as I said, I'm also going to be like having to pay money out of my own pocket because people couldn't wait a day to have answers, like full answers. Basically, this morning, I started messaging Tom last night, but Tom was asleep. So I was messaging him saying, is there any way we could keep the server up as like a legacy server so there'd be no updates? And I'd just pay for the server. There'd be no more like buying things, but the server would still exist so you could all hang out on it. And he recommended against that. He said it's probably not the best of ideas. The best bet is to just go ahead, wait out a month, like it'll probably slow down. We were going to give you guys access to the world so you could all download it, so you could have your creations that you made on like Survival and Skyblock and things like that. Then we managed to find Jesse, who I knew of in the past, but I also know how many servers he manages and figured he'd be quite busy. But after some discussing with him, we came to an agreement that he will now run Squishycraft. He's going to be the admin dev for Squishycraft, which meant that the server could stay open. Now, this is obviously incredible. I'm super excited. I was as sad as the people who were losing the server. Like, it was my server. If people didn't think I was sad having to let that go, then I don't know what to say, because I was absolutely gutted last night. I really was. So the server is going to be staying up and running. The next couple of weeks are going to be a little slow because Jesse has a couple of big projects that he's working on that he has to prioritize. And then it's going to be all guns a-blazing, essentially. We are going to be pushing the server harder than we've ever pushed it before. We've got some great ideas that we're going to work together on. I'm going to make sure there's a list compiled of all the problems on the server. So if you play on the server and you know there are problems, please do leave them in the comments, because I'm going to be making a list and me and Jesse are going to go through them problem by problem until they are fixed. And we're just going to go from there. We're going to see what happens in the coming months. As I said, the server is staying up. The forums are back open. The Discord is back being moderated now. As I said, you may think it's a bit harsh for me to not unban the people who are saying the hurtful things, because I get that they were just upset and they were passionate. But some of the stuff in there was absolutely disgusting. And I wouldn't like the thought that those people were even on my server. So point blank, they're cut off just because that's the way it's going to be. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. But for now, if they got banned off the Discord, they'll be banned off the server as well. And the same goes for the people who divvied out the chargebacks willy-nilly, I guess, without giving me a chance to actually explain what was going on. And I did say on Twitter that there would be a video coming out, so not to get too irate. I just need to get myself in order first. I just couldn't possibly find anyone to help me run this at 1:30 in the morning. Like, that's not how it works. So as soon as I got up this morning, I made the right steps, I moved right forward, I made the right messages, and we got someone new to run it. But people couldn't wait for that. That was the issue. As I said, I'm fully taking blame for doing it the wrong way. We completely messed that up. Hopefully you guys understand a little bit more how the server works now. Like, I can't actually fix the problems because I get a lot of DMs of people saying, hey, I don't have this didn't work, this didn't work. I can't fix that. That's why we have the forums. The forums have sections for this, so you can write your problems and we can have people look into it and fix them. People who were already modded will be getting re-modded, but I will be opening up staff applications very soon because we're going to be pushing the server harder than it's ever been, and we're going to have a whole bunch more players hopefully, so we're going to need even more staff. So look out on the forums for that. For now, hopefully that clears some things up, guys. I am exhausted, so I am actually going to go and have a lie down, try and get some rest, and hopefully you guys understand what happened now, and there's no more rumors flying around the server. I've had so many DMs of people saying there's all these rumors going around. You know, oh, one more thing. So when apparently we announced that the server was shutting down, people on Skyblock and Creative and Survival decided to start destroying all their own stuff. Now, I got a few DMs saying, like, can you please reset the server back 24 hours because we all wrecked our stuff, or, like, people did this. I wasn't going to do it. I really didn't want to do it because it's not my fault that you all got angry and destroyed your builds. Like, it really isn't. But at the same time, I don't want you guys to, you know, not want to come on the server because your stuff's gone. So we are going to roll back the server 24 hours. It might have already happened by the time this video comes out. I'm not entirely sure. But if it hasn't, it'll be very, very soon. This is the first thing that I'm working with Jesse on. So, yeah, you know, hopefully you guys understand now. If you're new to the server, there's a link in the description, play.squishycraft.com. Make sure to go and check it out. I've been Seapeekay. Thank you so much for understanding, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.